Planet Zoo, Planet Zoo, it's time to play Planet Zoo. Hey, welcome back to Planet Zoo. This is Martini 4. We're back at Talbot National Zoo for a special little episode here. Since the Eurasia DLC just came out, I quickly jumped in there and started building for it. I watched a video first thing in the morning from Mr. Leaf, and his video was about making a what do you call it? My mind just went blank. Just like a open habitat for free roaming habitat for like the swans and peafowl. So I was debating on what I was going to put in this little section. So after watching that, I thought the free roaming swans and peafowl would be an awesome idea. So that's what I did. I built a little pond right here for them to kind of mostly stay in, but then they can also roam around on the paths and stuff. Here you can see I'm having trouble with getting the path to the right height. I didn't want it going up so high that the game pathing allows. So I used a little trick of just raising the land up a little bit and using it's actually a chief beef there to get the path to the height that I wanted, and that worked out pretty good. I did want the stairs at first, but after messing around with it, the stairs disappeared, so I just left it as a ramp. And as you see, I built the path across, and then I had to delete parts and flatten the terrain out, put those pieces back in, and delete more. So kind of a learning experience there, but this worked out pretty good. The little bridge there is just above the water, not too high and not right on top of the water. So I thought that was worked out really well. And this this little pond ended up a lot more square than I anticipated it to be. I didn't really pay attention to that until after I was done building and kind of looking it over, and realized it was really just a square pond. But I figured it's a man-made pond. Maybe that's just what they did. Just dug out a square and put it in. But I tried to break it up a little bit with the rock formations and all that good stuff. I do build a little rock formation that juts out from the side right there. You'll see it in a little bit. So it kind of breaks up that square look to it. And here, just putting in some mossy rocks like I like to do, just to add a little more texture and color to the rock wall, so it's not all looking the same plain thing. And now going in with the boundaries, using null boundaries and just going everywhere I feel like I want the swans and peafowl to walk around. I probably went a lot farther than I needed to, but it all worked out in the end. Yeah, it's a really cool technique. I never would have figured this out on my own. So I know I've seen it a couple of different times, but just watching Leaf's video just reminded me of it. So that's what I did. Here I start building the fences to put around the pond so people don't fall in. It's more for the safety of the guests than it is for the animals at this point, since they can just kind of fly over it and go wherever they want. And really, to be honest, I think this is probably the best style of habitat to make for them. Just let them do the free roaming thing, because it seems like you would have to make the fences and stuff so high that it would just look ridiculous for just a little swan, or the peafowl. So just trying to break it up a little bit using some round poles along with the square pieces of lumber there. And then on the end I just kind of raised it up just so it didn't look like the bridge post was popping out the top. And I just stretched that all the way down. I didn't really know where to stop, so I just took it all the way to the edge. I probably need to go back and put some railings on those stairs. And here, working on the other side, I didn't go down super far with it, just kind of to the edge of the water there. And then I move up to the top. I realize that I need a slightly shorter wall to work with up here. I start building it up here, but then realize that the height isn't going to be the same, so I move my template wall down so I can get the exact height and everything, so everything will line up. And then yeah, just getting the shorter versions of everything and sliding them into place. Ended up working out really good. Here we go. And then I run this fence all the way down the hill to the bottom intersection and around over to the bridge for the pond. I do have to go back a little bit. Inclines are not my forte, so it took me a little while to figure it out. Again, I've been binge watching Leafs videos, so just watching him do some of his inclines on his fences and his backdrop walls that he makes that are all curvy and go up and down. They look really good. So just using that inspiration and techniques to help my zoo out a little bit. But yeah, once I get down here and go to connect everything, it doesn't really line up. As you see, the fences are really low right here and down into the ground. So once I work my way from the bridge here back over, I have to line everything back up and go back up the hill and move it. But by that point, I felt a lot more comfortable with what I was doing, and it worked out a lot better, a lot easier. Just trying to keep those bottom rungs on the fence kind of even with the ground, but not really. Kind of comes up out of the ground a little bit there. But yeah, these swans, they're really nice looking in the game. I only have 3 of them at the moment. They're actually pretty. I had to wait a while to get them. I could not find any on the animal trading. There was one available, and it was like an insane amount of credits. and I didn't want to use up all those just on a swan, so I had to wait a while before I could find some that were just for money. Um, and then I think it was a male, and I had to wait for some females, so I'm guessing that's probably how things are for a while when a DLC just comes out. Everyone wants the new stuff. Yeah, I wasn't sure at first what I was gonna start out with, and I figured those guys would probably fit in the best right here, because I knew I wanted to put one of them in this location. Excuse me. But yeah, I think just having a pond kind of at the beginning of the zoo right across from the entrance kind of works out better than putting in one of the other animals that came with the new pack. Alright, so once I got all the fence in, I start doing some rock work. Just kind of trying to hide that keeper gate, and then the staff buildings and utilities that I have to put over here. I just kind of build the rocks up around it just to hide it. Kind of keep it a little more natural looking than just building a building for it, because these guys don't actually need a shelter, so there was no point in building an actual like barn or shelter for them that housed the staff buildings and stuff like that. And here's the elephant grass technique. This is what really, watching Leaf's video really inspired me to do this, because, yeah, like I said, I never would have thought of using this to keep the animals enclosed. But yeah, just by putting this all around your null barriers and then dropping it below ground level, just keeps the animals inside the boundaries. The hit boxes are so large on them that the animals can't pass it. So yeah, I had to go back a few different times and fix things. I didn't have it all lined up exactly right, so they kept escaping for a while. So I had to just do like trial and error to keep them in the boundaries and stuff. But yeah, after all that, it worked out pretty good. They stay where they're supposed to now. They mostly stick inside the water area there. So yeah, you see I'm messing around with the traversable area and stuff, trying to make sure that there's no escape points. And I am using new software, by the way, so this is the first video that I've tested it out on. So it is a little bit different than my previous videos. It looks a little kind of jumpy and kind of faster than what I'm used to. So I don't know if I'm going to stick with this or go back to what I was using. But yeah, just laying down some of the decorations here and the foliage. Just kind of keeping the trees to what the swans like. There's a bunch of stuff, of course, that aren't part of their habitat, that are part of the rest of the zoo. but I really don't pay attention too much to that. I just kind of keep their habitat stuff kind of centered around this pond. And I was really happy with the way the rock work turned out here on these hills. The first time I actually got it to look good, in my opinion. So yeah, I really took my time kind of fiddling around with some of the different pieces. And of course a bunch of the bracken and bushes and stuff just really helped make it look good. And these here are the new plant pieces that came with it. Just kind of threw those in just to play around with them. They don't really fit that location very well, but I'll probably just leave them there. And now I'm dressing up the inside of the pond a little bit. And here's that little outcropping I was talking about. Just kind of breaking up that square design. But yeah, the pond isn't really deep, so the overhead view of everything, you can see all the way to the bottom. So I wanted to make sure to kind of dress it up a little bit so it just didn't look plain. And these trees here, I think I'm going to take out. I had some ideas last night about some like planters up there with trees coming out. So I think I might go back and change that. Putting all these little rocks in. I was going to drop a bunch of them down below the ground level. You know, just kind of sink them in a little bit. But after just laying them on the top, I kind of like that for this area. So I left a bunch of them at full height. And throwing in a little, some fallen trees and stuff, just kind of decorate it up a little bit. And then the terrain paint really helped the look of it. I really like the way that came out too. But yeah, here we are at the end. Kind of a shorter video. Like I said, it's new software, so just trying it out, seeing how it works. I like being able to see the little feet underwater there paddling away. It's pretty cool. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Drop me a comment, let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if I should go back to the old software or not. And I will see you guys on the next one. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks. Bye.